We are live. Look who is your host. Well, today we did a survey, and I want to keep going with our who should be the demo dog today. So I'd like to keep going. If you have an opinion, please share your opinion on who you believe should be our demo dog today. You can put your comments in the chat box somewhere, wherever you're watching it. So it's senior day here over at Dogsat because we have Tater Salad, who will be a senior in June. We have Swagger, handsome boy, who's 13. And around the corner, we have 9-year-old Momentum. Oh, you can't see her, but you have to trust me that she's there because she's hidden behind the sign. So we still haven't, it's at the time of broadcasting, it seemed like it was pretty close in who people wanted to be the demo dog today. Was it going to be Tater Salad? Was it going to be Swagger? Was it going to be Momentum? It was kind of, so I brought all three downstairs and I said, well, let's keep it going. Oh, where's my toy up there? So vote in the comments. You guys are voting for more than one. So I could try to get more than one dog into our demos today because there's a lot. Let's have hearts for senior dogs. Anybody out there have a senior dog? While you're putting your vote in, tell me where you're from. Where are you watching this from? And do you have a senior dog? Senior day. I can't believe Tater Salad's going to be a senior this June. His birthday is June. And so he'll be 7, Momentum is 9, and Swagger's 13. So yeah, let's hear it for the seniors. Yeah. And one senior who likes to celebrate seniors. Every time I give a heart, he'll have an opinion on that. So people from Austria. Hi, Robert from Austria. We've got Quebec. We got people from all over. All right. I've got so much going on today because this is our fourth anniversary celebration of the podcast Shaped by Dog. Anybody, and it's all right if it's true, anybody who is watching now, is there anybody who has never heard of or never listened to our podcast Shaped by Dog? If you're brand new, just leave a comment and let me know that you are brand new. I'm going to go to the puppy cam and share with you who has got opinions here on, every time I make a comment or put a heart sign, that's who will be commentating. And I guess when you're, 14, I don't know what that is in dog years, you have the right to commentate as you were. So yesterday we talked about the nuances of reinforcement, the nuances of in particular we talked about the location specific markers. So did any of you go back and try any of that with your own dogs? Did any of you use search? Did any of you try that? I didn't see anybody who said they were brand new to the podcast, so that's kind of cool. Did any of you try the location specific? We talked about 3 things: location specific markers, search, and cook, and also introduced you to foot targeting or paw targeting with your dog using a blanket. Let me know in the comments if you got to the blanket. And if you didn't see yesterday's, you're welcome here because this is going to build on it. You can go back and watch yesterday's after today's. This will still be a brilliant workshop for you, a less session, but what we're going to do is build a little bit on what happened. So began, changed my words, used it this morning. Great. This is interesting. Kirsten said, I used it this morning to distract my dog. That has me a little concerned. I'd like to know more. Okay, because you might think I was using, now if you said cook or search to distract your dog because something you didn't want to see happen was about to happen, 100% okay with that. However, a lot of times when the dog is naughty, we'll say search or cook. I've seen people do that because they want their dog to give them their attention. And what, in fact, this is how reinforcement works. You're actually reinforcing them for being naughty. Okay, so I just want you to be on top of that one. Think about that. And so a lot of you gave it a go. That's awesome. Okay, yesterday I said that we were going to give another winner today, and that would be, I don't know if Swag, Monka, can you bring me a thing? Come on over here. Come here. What do you got? Bring it over here. Thank you. Where are you? Bring it. Thank you, bud. I know there's a lot of wires here. Good boy. Okay. Swagger brought me his toy. Giving it away. I gave one away yesterday. I'm giving another one away. I'm giving two away today. You can have it. Get it. You can go back on your bed. All right. So that's all. You don't, he's standing here like, I must be ready to do a demo. Isn't that it? You need me to do a demo? So I just want to share with you our winner from yesterday. And that was, the second winner was Deb Wiles River. Deb, you won the toy. You won the toy. Also from yesterday, we had well, you know what? I'm going to give away the gem at the end. So what we'll do right now is I'm going to tell you, you can win another prize by sharing this live podcast. Remember, live and unscripted. So if you share this on anywhere in social media, and then come on back here and then the comments, just write shared where you did it. And if you have a different ID than what we're seeing, let us know what that ID is, because if you are one of the person that we randomly select to win one of those awesome toys from For My Merles, love the For My Merles people, then we need to know that it's you that matches up. So go ahead, share today. And you know, it's about getting the word out. You know, this is a unique way of training, getting to be more and more acceptable, getting to be more, because people have realized it works. It works brilliantly. But there's so many people that need to hear this. So many new dog owners, so many people stuck with a challenge, so many people believing that their dog just can't learn, or that they aren't really the person who could be teaching them. And if we can just get this message out to more people, then there's going to be a lot more dogs around the world that are going to be happy. So share it. You could win a prize. Actually, let's give away. I'm going to give away a couple more. What is?
You asked the parents.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I asked if there's anybody new to the podcast who hadn't listened to the podcast. We have Shelly, Chris, Karen, Jay, Potch, and Deanna. Hey, welcome. You know what? We're going to send each one of you a Be Kind sticker. So you contact the team at wag@dogsthat, and we're going to get you the five of you for being brave, feeling safe in this environment by saying, hey, I'm watching, but I've never listened to your podcast. Well, I'm hoping that you feel welcome, you feel safe, and that you will listen to the podcast. All right. So yesterday, a lot of people sharing. That's awesome. That's funny. Sally said, my kids tell me I'm a walking ad for Susan. There is no shame in that. You know, the more we get this word out, the more we change lives. We might be saving a dog whose behavior has got them, you know, on their last chance. And in my wish is that everybody who listens to this, who has a dog who might be such a challenge that you don't know what to turn, that dog will be home for life, and that dog will be thriving in that home for life because of what we're sharing here today. So that's my wish. All right. So yesterday, let me just do a little recap. We talked about the importance of the nuances, and there was, you know, how important it is that we use location-specific reinforcement markers with our dogs. Now, today we're going to grow that. And what I want you to know is, with what I'm going to share with you today, you will have one brand new skill that will be one of the most functional skills you could ever teach your dog. one brand new skill. You will have a way, you will see a difference in the way your dog engages with you when you're training. I mean, this is one session, after one session. Now, if you haven't done the work from yesterday, then you have to come back and do that. But after you add those sessions together, you're going to see a difference in your dog. But it's, again, the theme of this week is about nuances, the nuances of training, meaning the subtle differences that will dramatically impact your dog. And if we can impact your dog's behavior, that means they become more engaged, training becomes more successful, and training becomes more fun. And so you will continue to grow, you'll continue to progress because of these subtle nuances. That's what we are looking for today, to build upon that. All right, so the topic is cueing. So yesterday we had a behavior, and the behavior, we're going to have serenading from the bulldog, I think is what's going to happen right now, because he's like, why isn't there any action? Why am I not doing anything? So in dog training, and if you've listened to the podcast, you will know this, that we have the ABCs. This is, stick with me. The antecedent is the thing before the thing. So let's say yesterday we were teaching our dogs to put their paws on a blanket. So what is the thing before the thing that gets our dogs to put their paws on the blanket? Anybody put some comments there if you know what is the thing before my dog puts the paws on the blanket. And I'm going to just go around and do some targeting with tater salad. While you're doing that, I'm going to go and do some demonstrations of what that looks like. All right, we're going to take what we did yesterday, which was we finished off with that green towel. And anybody out there with a bulldog, you know, you can't train a bulldog without a spit towel. So that's got to be handy. Take a break. Okay, so we left off with this green towel. Search. Oh, they can print it. I can hardly hear you. Oh, go. Search. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. Go. Search. Jeez, you're a good soul, Swagger. The cookie went into Swagger's bed, and Tater is now digging it out of his bed. Go. There you go, and there you go. Right. So once, Mister, you were doing something, and that was momentums. Tater salad. Thank you. You're a good soul, man. Okay, so what is the A? The A, yeah, Tater looks super fit because he gets a lot of fitness work. Okay, so Nancy says standing near the blanket and being patient. So the A is what prompts the behavior. So my patience doesn't have anything to do with it. However, I love that you added that, Nancy, because it's a reminder when we are creating behavior in our dogs. So a lot of you got it. The A is the position. You'll notice I stood in front, or the target was between my dog and I. So well done for all of you to pick up on that. That is the A. Now, traditional dog training. I'm going to get rid of that. Traditional dog training. So our A is me standing behind. Let me just finish that thought, and then we'll go. Then the B, the behavior, is the dog puts their paws on something. Why would they do that? Well, if you saw yesterday, we created antecedents yesterday that the dog couldn't help but do anything else, because the target was the entire floor. It was like a whole blanket, right? when we're initially introducing a new behavior we would like our dog to offer, we make the correct choice, the choice we're looking for, the obvious choice to the dog. That's the important part. That's a nuance that you need to get. All right. And then they offer the behavior, which in this case is their paws on the target, and they get the consequence of something that they love. Yummy treats. You saw how crazy he was about treats. When I said search, he was like, I wish you could have seen how he dove into Swagger's bed and immediately shoved his little bulldog face right between the cushions and the back of the bed. And Swagger had his toy, and he was just like, what is your deal, dude? It's kind of entertaining for me. All right. So ABC, the nuance. Now, traditional dog training, the antecedent for just about anything is, anybody have an idea? What is the antecedent for just about everything in the way most dogs are trained around the world? Leave me a comment if you know what is the antecedent between the way, Janie, boom. I need you to sit. I need you to down. I need you to come. So do you see how traditionally we've taken away the dog's number one most important reinforcement to every dog is the opportunity to choose for themselves. We give choice in, and look at how engaged Tater was. Was there any time he said, I'm not digging this, I'm going to go somewhere else? No, because he had the choice to make his own decision. So those are nuances that make training so engaging. Okay, now I know there is nothing I could put out on this floor that dog wouldn't put his paws on. So now what we have is a paw target. And honestly, human being, I call it a foot target. I know dogs don't have feet, but I can't help myself. I call it a foot target 99% of the time. So what can you see any advantage or what you could use this skill for if your dog has the skill of, I will put my paws on here? Can you see where would that lead you? Where could you go with that? I'll give you a demo of something that nail trimming. If your dog will stand there, yes, you could easily train that. Closed door. Yeah, if you wanted to put a target up on something, but I'm talking about particularly put your paws on something. Brush your teeth. That's a good one. Fitness is a good one. Scratch board for nails. Yes, we can use the board will be the target for that. Paws up on you. I taught my puppy to go around behind me and target him for a cute little trick called selfie. Reinforcement zone. Yes, that's a great one. Grooming. That's a really good one. So I'll just do some, I'll change my camera and I'll go and do a little demo here because I promised I would get Minty involved with something. Okay, so you can keep, if there's any new ones there, wipe your paws off. That's a really good one. Momentum. Good. So might not even have to say that, but if I came around here and said, sit, all I even have to say is break, because she's in front of something. She's going to put her paws. Okay. So now I have my dog in a position where they're quite happy to hold that position while they're getting their teeth done. Look at how beautiful teeth these are. This is a dog who's 9 years old, brushing teeth regularly. Good. Don't let me fool you, convince you that I'm the one that brushes teeth. I do occasionally, most of the weekends, but not very often. Great. Good job. I think everybody needs a cookie for that because everybody would like to have their teeth done. Good boy, G. Good boy. Do you want to have your teeth done? Take a break. Pause up. Anyone see the irony of what we've got going on here? The bulldog on the bulldog. The problem with the bulldog, to get his teeth brushed, you really have to dig in there. Have a tap. Thank you. I hope you weren't insulted. Momentum. I let the bulldog use your toothbrush. Okay. There's another great use for it, teaching pivots and spins. So we've got the antecedent, the presentation of the thing that we want the dog to interact with, the behavior, the dog puts their paws up, the consequence is the food. And as I said, most of the time in traditional dog training, it's the food, and then the food actually creates the behavior, and then the consequence is the food. But if you have a dog who likes food, then as soon as you bring out the food, the love for the food does something called masking. It masks the dog's ability to put together what is connected to the food. So the ABC is gone, because as soon as the food comes out, well then, okay, well, you do what you want. Food, 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 food. All I'm thinking about is the food. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm saying in actual fact, you're delaying learning versus giving that dog the opportunity to have a choice. And then they can make that choice and get reinforced for that choice.
Susan,
Yes.
Isabel wants to know if you use pause up as your cue.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So the antecedent, the behavior, the consequence, we've got that. Now we know when you can predict that your dog will offer the behavior, the B, we want to change out the A for a cue. A cue being a word, it could be a physical, sometimes like you can use that for a down, or if you have a dog that's deaf, you only have physical cues. So again, we like to separate verbal cues from physical cues so that the learning is so clear to the dog. So it's not down with a cookie and lure and a hand signal and the word all coming out at once. We separate that out. So today we're going to talk about the verbal cue alone. Why don't I get the cookie and I say pause up, and if I had a physical cue, maybe I pointed, and that could be pause up. Really tapping on something is my cue. If I had something new I wanted my dogs to put their paws on, why would I not do that? So why would I not, if I wanted my dog to put their paws on this, why would I not tap it, bring the food in, and say pause up all at the same time? I for sure would get the dog doing it, wouldn't I? If I did that, for sure they would do it. But why would I not do that? Why would I suggest that's a nuance you need to pay attention to? Go back to your comments here. Number one, I'm taking away choice. I'm actually creating the behavior that I want the dog to do. Yes, I'm not giving the dog the opportunity to think. And my camera has gone fuzzy. We have a rogue bulldog LOH. So there, that's actually a better camera, isn't it? And remember when we talked about yesterday, it's important that we don't build motion in, because if we do, then the dog isn't going to have that understanding of doing it on their own. So if I took everything out of there and I just left one thing in that area and I just told my dog pause up, they would find something to put their paws on. Absolutely. Why? Because I separated that. So how do we add the cue now? So here are our options. I'm going to use the cue pause up. You can use something far more original. That's just what I use when I want my dog to put their paws on something. So if I want to put my dog's paws on something, would I get them to do it and then say pause up? Or would I say pause up and then allow them to do it? Which one do you think would be? Would it be I say the new word that I want them to understand first? Or would I get them up there and then say the word? What do you think it is? Mike Taylor, ding, da ding, 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 ding. Right. You guys got it. Kirsten's got it. Cue first. So Marianne, no, so that, Marianne, is exactly what most people would do. So when they want the dog to sit, they're teaching sit. As the dog's doing it, they'll keep repeating the word sit, 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 sit. Antecedent behavior consequence. If you understand the science of that, the nuance of that, you'll understand that your dog is tolerating you repeating the word over and over and over again. They're not learning from it. They're tolerating it. You're delaying their learning and they're okay with it. They'll love you anyway. It's that unconditional love that they come with, all factory installed when we get them. But we're not helping them learn. Antecedent behavior consequence. We want the word, whatever it is, whether it be sit, down, bring me the toy. The word becomes the antecedent. Therefore, we say it and we wait. And so, of course, when you're standing in front of one of these things, the dog is going to do it. They're going to put their paws up. Now, I will, and you might want to say, well, I want to keep the paws up there for longer. So here's a little nuance. You're going to add either distance or duration, but the key to getting the dog to hold that position, the most important thing is your dog needs to understand a release cue. Now, yesterday we taught the release cue search, but at some point in time, we don't want to use that because, like, I don't want my dog jumping into my other dog's bed to find cookies. I love the cue search when I need it, but my dog needs another release cue. And I use the word break, and it comes from crate games. That's where I introduce it. So those are the things that, in order for a dog to do something for longer, it's like being in the car as a little kid going to the cottage. And we used to say, are we there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? It was a 2.5 hour drive. Daddy, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Your dog, when you're asking them to do a sit or a paws up or a down for a longer period of time, when they leave position, they are saying, are we there yet? I don't get it. But if they understood their cue, that means we're done, they would learn that duration just means wait for the all done cue. The all done cue is, for me, it's the word break. It could be the word search. It could be an next cue. All right. So let me just show you how, let's pick a new word for tater salad. So paws up is his word that he knows to put his paws up on there. So let's pick, what's your favorite color? Put that in your comments. What is your favorite color? Favorite color. And the first favorite color that I see is going to be my new cue for tater salad. Okay, so wow, they all came really fast. I don't know which one was my first. I think it was blue. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to add a new cue. There we go. Okay. It's coming through here. Take a break. How's that? I wasn't going to use that word. Look at me. Good job. Right. Up and down. Good boy. Hook. All right. Come over here. Take a break. Bowl and try to sit. Good boy. Hook. Good. Hook. Thank you. Hook. Nice. Blue. Hook. He should not have broke out of position because blue is not a release word. Hook. Now, some people would say it will help your dog to understand the cue if you say good blue, good blue, good But if you understand antecedent behavior consequence is good blue, repeating the cue, helping the dog learn what it is. Right. Oh, jeez. Tater, I'm coming over here or you're gonna break this mirror. Here, buddy, sit. Tater. Sit. Thank you. Cook. Thank you. 2 first. I tried to put a different word in to see if he would move, and he didn't. Cook. Nice. Break. Search. Here it is. Okay, let's move this one out and move a new one in. Sit. Take a sit. Good boy. Cook. So how, here, buddy, sit. How am I going to get my dog to learn this? He knows that he moves when he hears his, if he doesn't hear a release word, good, then he needs to stay in position. Good. It was easy for him to understand blue. Yes. Right. Yay, good boy. Come over here. Sit. Nice. Good boy. Nice. Good. Blue. Yay. Good boy. Go. I don't think we need dancing. Right. Okay. So see how quickly we can add a cue that he understands. That does he know blue means put your paws up? Absolutely not. But that's how we would add the cue. Okay, that camera no longer works. It looks like I'm drunk. There we go. But that, you understand how we get calm, we get the dog just relaxing, and then I will say the word that means I want you to put your paws up. Okay? So blue, Bonnie, is, so just to be clear, break means you can leave position. Anytime I tell my dogs break, they can leave position. Tater Salad didn't hear break, but he went and got off of the bench. So I'm going to move him back. So if you don't hear break, you don't leave position. That's why I had to go off camera. I just took him by his collar and said, I didn't actually say break to you. I said break to them. And so blue is paws up. But here's how cues work. A nuance of cues. When you have your dog doing one thing and you give them a cue that they know means take action, that word take action is actually the release from that position. So in dog agility, if I put my dog in front of a jump and I lead out to start a course, I don't say break jump, because jump is a word that the dog knows means take action. I only need to say the word jump. Likewise, let's do a demo with Swagger, right? Now, Swagger's going a little bit deaf, but I think we can make this work. That was a really good question, Bonnie. So the cue blue means put your paws up, but it also, the subtlety, the nuance of a cue, it also means what you were doing before you heard your word is brilliant. You can now leave that position, leave that job, and start a new one. I want to repeat that again because this is so important, especially if you do any dog sports. When you give your dog a cue, a word they know, it not only tells them take action on the next behavior, this is your new antecedent, but it also says what you were doing when I gave you that cue was so magical, so amazing. It's like I gave you $1,000 worth of cookies. You may now go to the next behavior. So any cue can also be the release for the previous behavior, which is what gets people into trouble. Because let's say in dog sports, the dog is getting up and moving, and then you give the cue for the next behavior. What did you just reward? I'm going to leave you with that. Can you just move some of that stuff out? I'll do a little demo with Swagger. If you can just clear the floor a little bit, and I'll use a little demo with Swagger because he's been very patient. Would you use a hand signal before your verbal cue? No, because then my verbal cue would not be as salient. So if it was pitch blackout, or if I was around the corner, my dog wouldn't understand the cue because they wouldn't be able to see the hand signal. So you can use hand signals, but you need to teach them separately. Should I use cook always instead of yes? Isabel, watch yesterday's lesson 1, and that's all covered there. Okay, but this is a really, really good question. Okay, and I want to talk about another nuance that LOH, if you can remind me. I'm going to do that demo with Swagger right now, though. And the nuance is, how many of you noticed that when I said break, Tater got a little bit slower at coming off his target? Did anyone pick that up, or was it just me? He really did get slower at coming off his target. We're going to talk about that when I get back. Okay. We're going to do a little demo with Swagger. Okay. So, Miss Swagger, bring. Second. So I told him side, which just means come to my side. I throw it out there. Side means wait and hold position. Bring me. So bring me rewards from the sitting and releases him. Okay, Mike, thank you. Out, back. So I'm going to reward him for backing by saying walk. Reward him for walking by saying butt. Walk, walk, back, back. Spin. And he said, enough of your tomfoolery, I'm taking my own damn. Walk, butt, stand, back, back, walk, back, bring me. Lovely. Okay, so each cue rewards the dog for what he's doing when he hears the cue. Now, as I mentioned that Swagger is 13, his hearing isn't quite as good as it was in the past, but he still loves playing the game. I call it the word game, where he's just, he's waiting for another cue. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, he's a good boy. Oh, I forgot to tell him to hop it up. So he's like, I'll just be out here shopping. Swag, can you go in your bed? Hop it up. That's a goodest boy. He's a goodest boy. Okay, so nuances of cueing, super important. I keep going back to that wrong camera. Nuances of cueing. There's these little nuances that, we talk about these in all of our online programs, that every layer, whether we're dealing with training a puppy, whether we're talking about getting a dog to come when called, whether we're talking about agility. Oh my gosh, this is so critically important for agility. All right. It all leads to the dog being engaged in the training, having fun, and training moving forward fast. Okay. If you notice, did anybody notice that Tater Salad was a little bit slower to come off of his targets when I said break? There were 2 times when he was like, I don't know if I really want to get off. Did anyone notice that? Here, I'm going to do that demo really quick again. I'll do a little demo with him, and I'll watch how fast I can progress to the point where he will not want to come off his target. Okay, I'm going to grab some more cookies. Okay. And let's just take this. This is a great target, guys. You can get these at feed supply stores, like for farm stores. It's just it's a feed bucket. Goats, sheep, take a break. Okay. So I'm going to give him, now watch how reluctant he gets at that coming up. Cook. Cook. Right. It didn't take much at all. Up top. Boy. Okay, gonna do it again. Take a break. Nice. Go. Blue. Go. Nice. Go. I forgot to use my blue before. Break. Okay, good boy. Good man. Blue. Let's everybody see that big bulldog bubble. Good. Break. Good boy. Good man. Blue. Break. Good boy. Come here. Sit. Blue. Good. Okay, so what happens with a lot of dogs, especially clever ones like the bulldog? Good, good. Right. Okay, up to. Thank you for that demo. Nuances. Oh. Mister, what was us doing? Thank you. Thank you. That better. Good job. So there's the nuance is that when you're building behavior, and I tried to do it, but he understands now. I tried to do it in that I gave him really high value and a lot of cookies for being on the target. And when I released him, I didn't give him anything. So what happens is, you'll see this in crate games, is dogs then, when you say break, they don't want to leave. And the dogs are showing you where the value is. And so you have to match the value. So maybe if they don't want to leave, well, then I just turned around and told them, you could have it up on there for a bit while I get reorganized. But really, they're giving you feedback on your training. You need to reinforce them leaving from time to time. Yes, we want to build value for this new thing, but the word break should be something they know, and it should mean move, get out of position. It doesn't mean stay there being hopeful, right? A nuance, guys. This is a small but very, very important nuance. Okay. Foot target can so many things. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about dog agility, but also growing what we've got here. And I'm going to share applications in dog agility, but trust me, it's exactly the same things that I would be teaching any dog I ever owned if I never set foot in the dog agility ring. But also what I'm going to teach you is like a big bell ringer for anyone in dog sports in general, anything. Okay. Okay, so lots of things. I put myself behind because I got a little carried away with going off these side tangents. But I think this was about cueing nuances, and I probably could do a seminar or a lesson a day for the next 200 days just on cueing. But I wanted to get in some biggies for you. Okay. So I'm looking at these questions, and I know I answered some of them. Chris said, very helpful. Thank you. And so question, when do I use search versus break? Search, I will use from time to time when I'm training any behavior, just because you see how much fun it is for the dogs, right? So I will use it just, especially dogs who need a little bit more jazzing up. But anytime I want to reset, like let's say I wanted to change out some equipment. If I was training with one piece of equipment, I want to move it and put a different one in, I would say swap out that equipment super fast. It's a great transition way. And as you saw in yesterday's video, it's a great way to reset my dog. So I love using it for that. Okay. So I'm going to just see any other questions. How long do we wait once we give a release off the target? So it's all about when I'm training my dog, part of my brain is always observing, right? Always observing so I notice that Tater Salad was a little slower on 2 of his releases. And I said, oh, this is great. I'm going to allow me to set up a demo for everybody. So when you're training, you need to get wrapped up in the beauty of the uptake. Get wrapped up in the beauty of the learning that's happening for the dog. So often when we're training dogs, we get so much focus on the outcome, the end behavior, what we want. I want my dog to put the paws up. Instead of saying, my dog didn't put 2 paws up, they just said, got 1 paw up. Okay, what is it that I'm missing? What can I go? Where can I put more value in? So if you're constantly in that mode of, being curious and evaluating, what else can I do to bring clarity? Where can I bring more value to my dog so that I constantly get, boom, 2 paws on? So if I say, give my dog's release cue and they don't come off, they're going to tell me 2 things. Number 1, they're going to tell me, you have done an amazing job training value for my foot target. Yeah, because I love this. So be proud of yourself for that. You did a job well done. Number 2, your dog is possibly telling you, I lack clarity in what my release cue means. So you have to go back and say, how did I teach the release cue? I think Crate Games is the best thing for teaching the release cue. So if the dog lacks clarity, go back in and put money in that bank and go back and say, oh yeah, I always use the lure to get him out of position. I always use my body when I said, okay, I got my body. So dogs are always giving us that feedback to help us be better dog trainers. And when we're better dog trainers, guess what? It's all connected to be better people on this planet. So I think it's awesome. And I love it when my dogs give me that kind of feedback. Okay. So Cindy asks, is it just okay just to lure my dog off the prop? So the lure teaches what? And the lure takes away what? So I'm going to leave that with you. Luring my dog off the target teaches them what? And takes away what? So I'm going to leave that riddle with you and I'll come back to it in a second. I think what I want to do now is, so Gail got, boom. So you guys got, what is it? The lure teaches what? Oh, Petra Ferguson, boom chakalaka. Petra, we're going to send you 3 Be Kind stickers because you nailed it. Contact the team at wag@dogset.com. Luring off the target teaches the dog nothing. It teaches the dog, when I give you a release cue, do nothing and I'll bring out food. So the worst case scenario, it might be reinforcing the dog for doing what you don't want. At the very, very least, it's teaching nothing. And it's taking away the dog's choice. When I tell you there was a paper done, and I believe it was by B.F. Skinner himself, that the final summary of the paper was that there is nothing more powerful to any animal, humans included, nothing more reinforcing to any animal than the power of choice. Mic drop. Luring takes away that choice. And it's just such a massively reinforcing opportunity for all dogs. Okay. All right. So tomorrow we're going to be building on this, some more nuances of where we're going to go once we've got our dog who has that value for that foot target. All right. And we're going to, first of all, I got some things to give away before we get cray cray. So yesterday's gem winner, I don't think I put it. Okay. Somebody on the team is going to have to send that to me because I didn't write it down. Wait, let me see if I wrote it down here. Yesterday's gem winner, and they are winning a, see the things that Tater Salad is sitting on right now. They are getting a single restore bed. See that little topper? Oh, they're so awesome. I've got them everywhere in this house. I love them so much. Okay, so somebody on the team is going to remind me who won that because clearly I didn't write it down. Oh, wait, I did. Millie McDowell. Boom, boom, boom. Millie McDowell. So Minnie McDowell wins from Blue Nine. Amazing people, the makers of the climb, also the makers of what I'm going to give away tomorrow. Can you grab me one of those for me, please, Linda? And I think we need to be everyone acknowledged. I didn't need the spit cloth with the bulldog. No, one of the blue one for today. I didn't need the spit cloth for the bulldog today, and it was only because I dodged the bubbles. Sometimes you just got to dodge bubbles when you're training. All right, so Minnie McDowell, you won the Restore bed from Blue Nine, and what Minnie did was she shared the gem, and I need to read it out because it was a great gem. So hold on, I'm going to find it here. Okay, here it is. Of course. Hold on. This is anticlimactic when I have to log into Google because my account said I wasn't logged in. Okay, this is from Millie. The dog in front of me at the moment is a foster with a temperament I have not personally encountered before. He is in that group of easily hyperstimulated dogs. And Millie, I've done a podcast on that recently. Somebody on the team will put it in there. It's a great one for you with this rescue dog. He's brilliant too. He's brilliant too, and eager. I'm eager to try cook, as in stay where you are, Q. So, and that's what cook means. It means I'm bringing the reinforcement to you. My gems are, I realize after demos that we're having the massive struggle without the control behavior, jumping up, grabbing, because I haven't focused on clarity. I'm eager to work on cook so that I can be better for him. With a marker that is a location specific reinforcement marker, we can achieve a control behavior that has been oh so elusive. So that is brilliant, brilliant. And so cook, you saw me doing that with tater salad, and it's just, as my grandfather would say, stay where you're to till I come where you're at. Anyone want to guess where my grandfather was from? That's how he used to talk. Okay. So by posting these gems, what we do is we give people who come to my Facebook page or YouTube the opportunity to see a snippet of dog training. You know, many of you, thank you. You've been here for almost an hour. We're posting. Yes, that's where my grandfather is from. Posting a snippet of these gems, because then we're sharing with the world all these really good dog training opportunities. All right. All right. And so tomorrow, so what's going to happen? I want you to think about, actually, you can put a gem. It's this, all these comments kind of go away when the live is over. But if you put in, what's one takeaway from today? What's one takeaway? I want you to think about this. After this live is over, think about what are the key things that I learned today. I do that after any kind of educational opportunity, whether I'm watching a webinar online, whether I'm at a seminar, whether I'm at a mastermind with my mastermind folks. At the end of the day, I go to my journal and I say, what were my key learning opportunities today? Okay, so those are things that are so important for you as a dog trainer. But in this case, we're posting them either on YouTube once this live is ended, because YouTube doesn't save the comments after when it's live, or on Facebook, and we're sharing it with the rest of the world. So tomorrow, we're going to have another gem winner, and they're going to win a foot target. It's called a Propel by Blue Nine. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of fitness equipment that I use with my dogs. So I'm going to give away one of those because the people at Blue Nine just give us these awesome things to give away. All right. And so how you can win that, either come back to YouTube once the live is over, come back to this video, give us a thumbs up, write your gem in the comments, and encourage people to come and watch the replay of yesterday's and today's live. All right. Now we have another share winner, because I said we're giving away 2 of those toys that Swagger has kind of adopted for himself. And the share winner for today is Lisa Jordan. Lisa Jordan. So I hope, and congratulations, Lisa. Let's have some hearts for Lisa and Millie, and hearts for you, the future winner. Speak it into reality. If that's you, speak it into reality. Okay, so just to wrap up, I want you to think about what I've shared today, even if you didn't watch yesterday, what I shared today. And for some of you, there is a wall that we have to chip away at every day. That wall is what is keeping your dog from being able to move forward. It's what's holding your dog back from the opportunity to show you how amazing they are. And it could be, and only you can decide this, it could be that you have lost faith in your own ability, or maybe you never had that faith. Maybe teachers in the past have jokingly said, you're such a duffer, you're so klutzy. And that's the voice that's in your head today. Let me be the voice in your head. And let me tell you, you all have the ability to change your dog's life just by applying the science as I taught it today. You all have the ability to move forward. You have to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight for you, but what will happen overnight is you will see behavior change. And then that little behavior change can be added to the next one. And then these layers of learning get added together, and all of a sudden you see a different dog. That happens because you let go of the beliefs that people put in there about your possibility. And you know what? Sometimes we're our own worst critic. It may be you that have put those ideas there, that you're never going to get that you're just not as gifted mechanically at training dogs as other people are. So whoever put those ideas in there, let's get them out, because anybody can have success. This is not art. This is science. The art is just in the lesson plans that I put together for you. So that only comes, I can be creative and be a great artist of dog training. Why? Because I've been doing it for 33 years. So it all really is just science and the experience that I have that I bring forward to you, right? So don't let anybody tell you that dog is not trainable. That dog is too old to learn. That dog, if they have something that is not encouraging and inspirational and motivational about you and your abilities or your dog and their potential, they don't belong having an opinion in your brain. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. That's a good one. Sally, when in doubt, what would Susan do? And you know what Susan would do? Is she would never give up. If you're sitting there going, well, I this might be fun for an hour, but I don't see how this gets my dog to stop chasing squirrels, or I don't see how this gets my dog to stop reacting to the dog next door when we walk by the fence. And it's all about creating some confidence in your dog that they have the ability to make choices that can be reinforced. It's all about the ABCs of dog training coming together for you and taking you and your dog to a better place. Does this make sense for you guys? I really want you to try these things. Go back if you missed yesterday's, and just go back and review it, and then come on back, watch this one again, take your notes, take your gems, leave us a gem on our Facebook page or on YouTube, and then come on back tomorrow, because even though our focus is agility, there'll be so much that we're going to grow on the foot targeting that I've taught you here over the last couple of days. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense. Leave me a yes, this makes sense. It's coming together. If you're still unsure of some of the things you've watched each of the last two, and you still have questions, come on back to YouTube once this gets uploaded, or to our Facebook page, leave us some questions and we'll look at those tomorrow. Okay. You guys are awesome. Have I got everything, Linda? Is there, I've got, everyone's got the prizes, and you've got your homework assignment. Go back, take action. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for being here.